Hello everyone and welcome back to the 17th part of the course in which we'll be making the Blade of the Ancients from scratch using Blender. In the last video we finished the retopology of the handle, but covering the whole handle does not mean we are done with this part. So if we want our textures and details to be flawless and even all across our handle, we need to make sure we have our square sizes more even. As you can see here, we have like smaller squares and then we have few big ones here. That is something we do not want. So because the smaller squares, the more detail baking process will capture. Otherwise, we want our texture to be even all across our blade. And what we are going to do is just keep adding loop cuts and then tweaking some of them by like placing them a bit differently, making them look more smooth. So I can press Ctrl R, add for example 3 loop cuts here, and then I will just keep conforming them, just as we have done before. And if you're not sure if the vertex is conformed or not, if you look closely, you can see this vertex is just gone. You do not see it because it is inside of itself or inside of a mesh. By selecting it and pressing G, you can see how it snaps correctly. And now that vertex is fine. And you want to make sure all of them are fine. Okay, let's just add 2 loop cuts here. So just try to add loop cuts where you see that your mesh is not conformed correctly. For example, here we will need a loop cut because now this is too spiky and we have this curve right here we want to capture. So as you can see, if I add a loop cut here, it will make a loop cut all around my blade. And I do not want that because on this side we already have many loop cuts. So what I will do is just select this whole part, or select it from like, let's say here to here, and then double G to edge slide it, and G again to conform it. Okay, now I will need to do some tweaking, but I will do also that for this part here, but I will deselect the ones up here, so until this one, double G, edge slide, and release. I'll do the same thing for this one because you can see it's too close to the edge one. I'll actually select from here all the way to here, edge slide, like this. And now we may have to make sure we conform all of them. It's much easier to do this process when you have less vertices. So it will be better if you even have less indents, because it's easier to move like 3 big polygons than 100,000s of little ones. You can easily just forget to conform one and it will not be as good. I'll actually press 1, select this part, G to conform, select this part, G to conform, now our vertices are distributed more evenly. We can add a loop cut here, okay, now we want to do the same part with this thing as we did here, so we want to add one loop cut underneath the middle one and one above it, so it conforms nicely. And so far we have about 1,700 vertices, which is okay. So for objects, like, it depends if you're in the mobile game, it's best to have as least amount of vertices as possible, especially if you look at the object from like really far away. You want to not even see the imperfections on it. But if you want to do like a close-up picture, for example, just like I did, I would try to go for like 2000 vertices, which is still like a low poly. Okay, I like this. Now let's just do the same thing here. Just add one here, one here. Now this part has gotten fat. That's exactly what we want. We want it to be fat. We want to drag this a bit closer. I'll just select this part here like this. And in many situations, when you're doing a retopology of an object that is going to be used in a game, like if you have a complex object, for example, a person and the clothes, there are two types of retopology you can do. So you can retopologize the person and clothes as a one object, or go and separate the clothes, retopologize the clothes, then the human. The only problem is then you're going to have much more vertices, but you're going to have less glitches. And this is pretty simple retopology because we just have to retopologize two objects, and you can see we're still at a really good vertex count. And as you can see here, this looks much better. Now I want to just add a few loop cuts here. Like this part is a bit smaller, so this should be fine. I think I will drag this part to be like more here. As you can see, it is on this side. So I just select this one and this one. GG. And we have to tweak it up here also. Confirm this part here just in case. This one. And at first, some of these parts that are not conformed correctly might be a bit tricky to see, so it helps to zoom in on a certain area and just look at them from different angles, and you should spot that something is wrong. Okay? And you can see there are parts, if you add a look at here, it's going to go all the way there, so I'm not going to add it. Maybe I will add one here, one underneath it, because you can see we need some support here. I will, for example, drag this down a bit. And this should be fine, yes. If you want to add here, you can see we have a triangle and we added a loop cut here. So now we have this called thing with 5 ends, and you can see the drastically changes are loopful. I cannot add a loop cut here, it goes all the way to here, but instead I can add 2 different loop cuts. And it can be handy in some situations, like this, because we add more detail to this part which actually matters. And now here you can see we don't have a triangle anymore, which is great. Nor here. Which means we can drag this part like here. Yes. Oh, you can see this one is not conformed. You can barely see the color change and some few lines, so you'll have to pay close attention. I like this part. Now let's see down here. We have a bunch more things to do on these handles. On here, on here. As you can see here, we have a bunch of those loop cuts. So we will spread them evenly or even dissolve them if we don't need them. We'll see later. It depends on what they're connecting to. What's happening here? Yes, these ones are not conformed at all. You can see it's just like some kind of a t-shirt that needs to be put under the hot steam thing and it will look good. Yeah, this is strange territory. But eventually conforming it will fix everything. If we disable the mirror, this is the problem. You can see it was not clipped together. It was just mirror on the other side. Yes, yes, yes. So if I do this, drag it here, conform it, this, we just disable mirror. Let's undo this and let me see if I can just dissolve it. So this part here. We cannot because it connects to this part. But what we can do is merge some of those together, like these ones that are really close. We do not need them anyway, and a triangle up here won't be a problem. Like here should be fine. Yeah, you can see it here. Maybe even merge up here, like this. Yes. I'll select from here to here. Enable mirror. Clip these two. You can see there are also some of those who are clipped together. Let me disable the mirror once again. And these vertices, what we can do, I will try to do is select all with A, press M, merge by distance. Then down here you have the distance. So I can do this and to merge a bunch of them. But we want to set the threshold or merge distance to like 0.5 until it merges these vertices here. So this doesn't do it. Sometimes it can help a bit. Like 5? Yes, 5 does it. It merged 42 vertices. Well, we can see it also merged these ones. So let's see what it looked like before we merged it. Yes. These ones need to stay here, so we need to do this manually, but one useful tip is you can also merge the by distance, and that will also fix if you have vertices that are like stray or floating in the air. Other words, vertices that do not belong anywhere. For example, you can just go up to vertex, press E, and then cancel the position, and you can see you have double vertices. By merging by distance, you get rid of that vertex right here. Let's undo it all. Let's see if we have our part here. Yes, we do. Great. Let me merge these two. And let me just close this down so it does not bother you. And here we have a stripe vertex. You go here. Let's merge these two. These two. Now let's re-enable our mirror and just close these gaps here. Make sure we do not select the vertex on the other side. Yes, now it looks as it should. Not animate. Okay, we need to also drag this one here. Conform. I am happy with the result. Yes. Yes, I didn't conform these ones. And here you can see these ones are basically floating above. That's not what you want. That's why you need to GG all of them. No, wrong buttons. Oh, yes. Wrong button reminded me. The select circle can pretty handily come in this situation. For example, if you have a flat surface with lots of polygons and you want to conform a bunch of them, you should just drag and then press G and those polygons will conform. I like to use the select circles, as I said, on the parts that are like on a flatter surface, or other words that are not curving, like this handle. Let's conform like 3 at once, 4 at once. Here, drag this one like this. We also need to do this for the ones below. So let me just X-ray this. We need a few more polygons here, we do. On here, I just add like maybe also one here, because you can see we have a bunch of detail here and the shape is not quite as we want it yet. That is what I say. Because here we will fix everything and everything should be perfect. Now, yes, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? For example, compare this side to this side. But we're not done yet, yes. We need like a look at, oof, this will create a one here. So, why don't we just move these ones around to get a better shape? Even though this shape is already good enough. Let's try to do something like this. Yes, here. let's use the knife tool here. Wrong button. I will not add one here, but if we add one here, yes. This should be the last loop that I add here. Yes, it's not as even, for example, here it's a bit tighter than this part, but because it's a more drastic shape change, like this should be good enough. Let's move on to this side. Do basically the same thing. Let's like add to here, to here, to here, and to here. And now we need to conform them. Oh, here we have a humongous face. We want to use the knife tool here. As you can see now, it created like a perfect square. Yes. Let's first conform the ones from above. I find this like the most efficient way right now. Let's drag these ones down. Press G. Not animate by space, you just begin the animation you have done, but we haven't done any animation, so it's basically a useless button I keep pressing. Here we'll just double G, drag it here. Not again, okay? Yes, what we can do, I'll also grab this, G, great, G like great. Here we have something, let me see what's up with it. Okay, we need to first connect these ones. Yes, we have a unconformed loop cut here, that's why. We are on the hunt looking for wild loop cuts. We 3D artists need to tame them, make them ours. They need to conform to our own rule. Yeah, let's actually drag this. It's a wild west out here. No, dislike that one. Yes, this should be much better. Now that they're more evenly spread across. We still need a single loop cut here. Or I will drag this one. Like this. Yes. I just finished conforming this part because we just like abandoned it. Making sure they're all conformed. Someone should count how many times I have said conformed in this video at least. Like, if you're following along, I would like to know the number, because it is true. We want it to be done with effort. We do not want to speedrun these things and just make something and be like, okay, this is fine, let me just leave it as it is. No. If you can add at least 5 more minutes into it, it's going to make a huge difference, believe me. Okay, I like this part. Let me just... Let's see if everything here is alright. It should be. Great. Let's now make sure these ones are fine also. Look at that, we are not even at 2000 vertices. We will need to do the same thing here. So let's select this one. Oof, this is going to be like this one, because we obviously need an edge loop there. Drag like this. I just enable the loop cuts if you need them, but I've kept them a bit disabled. I've kept them disabled because if you have watched the previous videos, you should have all the controls literally mapped in your mind, but here is if you're just like starting to watch from this video, because we just use like G, or we double tap G to move things around. It's basically not that complicated, but just in case. Okay, let's just add one here, add two here, yes. Let's add one here, one here. Maybe I think I will cut this part here, but let's just see what happens here. Let's confirm this whole part. This one too. Now we don't have a triangle anymore here. Perfect. Let's leave it like this. No, I will add one here and one here, just so it's a bit more even. And here, let's add another one, because we want to have a smooth transition. And these parts, yes, they are obviously not confirmed, but we can do that just easily. If we will worry about them later, maybe I would just merge them together to make like a triangle that just has a sharp angle, because, well, it's wood, but it might just look a lot better. So let me just undo my annotations, or you can just hold on the annotate brush and it will give you the annotate eraser, and you just erase it like this. Annotate brush is actually pretty useful when you want to contour, like you're doing let's say a creature or a human, otherwise something that has like complex body disposition, muscles, and it is really nice to draw lines to know where you should sculpt what. Like, for example, you're making a hand and you want to know where the biceps or triceps is, so you just like make a general shape, and it really helps, does, because you can literally draw from an angle you're looking at. Okay, these ones need to be confirmed as well. You can see here we have less detail, so we may add more, we may not. Yes, here we need to add one loop cut. We'll add one here, one here. So this video might be a bit longer than I had expected. I expected that we will be retopologizing the ornament already, but it's better to do this first and then move on onto the ornament. That's going to be like easy peasy for you guys. I like how this looks. Let's fix also this, like add 3 loop cuts here, and it should be all that we need. Let's actually drag these ones here, these ones here, G. As this whole part here needs to be dragged. Whoa, yes, now it's snapping on the plane, on our ornament, so that's why we want to hide it and hide the blade as well. We need also 2 loop cuts here. Let's make this one like, let's leave it here as it is right now. Let me see if I have conformed this all. No, I haven't. This part here. Okay, now it's fine. We have this big part here. Let me just try to grab a knife and see if I can do something like this. Yes, it really does do what I have wanted. Conform here, conform here. Look at this. So interesting situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do this. Now it's much better. I can add a loop cut here. I can, yes. Not hide it. But press G. It looks better. Much better. Okay. Well, in the next episode, we will tweak it a bit more. For example, here. Like we have done about 80 to 90% of the work here. And then we'll also retopologize our ornament. Easy peasy. So I want to thank you for watching. Please consider sharing, subscribing. It really helps a lot. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.